Hey everybody, shit, we're back. It's the Punch Out. It's been a while.
I had a dream that we didn't do this podcast for about 4 weeks.
Yeah, it's been quite some time. But
Batman Superman was so bad that we didn't do a podcast.
we just cried about it for ages. But you know what's cool though? We have new equipment. We actually have ourselves a mixer now.
We have all the equipment in the world.
So congratulations.
I'm sorry. Do you hear the phone vibrating in my pocket? Yeah. All right. I'm just gonna turn that off.
Oh yeah. Also, when you hit the cable, we're gonna hear some stuff. So, but anyway, which is why most mics are usually upside down, but not today.
Cool.
So anyway, yeah, we got some new equipment, which means you might have a commercial-free experience. Which
commercial-free?
You got commercial-free, baby.
Holy shit! I just thought about it. So there was a storyline in 2000. I want to say 2008, 2007. It was a WrestleMania where they used Donald Trump to be Vince McMahon. So Donald Trump, in storyline, kayfabe, bought the WWE. So they were doing this gimmick where he was like, next week you want change? Well, I'm going to give you Raw commercial free. So now every time I hear that fucking Donald Trump thing in my head. And it's crazy to think that Donald Trump is now
running for president,
almost close to becoming president.
He might be at this point. But anyway, guys, yeah. So this is the Punch Out where we talk about all things, video game news, movies, TV shows, whatever the fuck we feel like talking about. To be honest,
the things we like
to talk about, and that's mostly
nerd culture.
Big dick.
Nope. There you go.
I did it.
How long did it take?
I tried not to.
What's the timestamp on that one?
Let's see what we got. 2 minutes.
Took you 2 minutes to make your first dick joke.
All right, so a lot of things happened within those 4 weeks. Some are relevant, some kind of relevant. I mean, we had the drop of VR coming out already. We were able to see the trailers for Doctor Strange.
Rogue One.
Some information on Civil War. Even some minor information on DC and their new universe.
A lot of casting news.
Which
I'm gonna get it started off with that.
Oh, okay. So let's you know what? We're gonna break it down by topic for you guys today. So I guess we're gonna start with movies.
Well, just as we're both. But did you see who got cast to be in Spider-Man? Right?
Yeah.
That's awesome. RDJ is officially crossover now. Iron Man's showing up in Spider-Man: Homecoming, which by the way is the name of the new Spider-Man movie.
Which is gonna be. I love it. I actually really like the title. A lot of people are against it, but
I feel like that was. I think that was Marvel's.
Oh yeah, they were like, "Hey guys, he's back."
Yeah,
but you know who's not on the project anymore?
Who?
Michael Keaton.
He's not.
Yeah.
Why are they taking?
Apparently, there was a dispute over which character he was going to play, and he was like, "I'm done. I'm not doing it." A lot of people think that they wanted him to be the Vulture, and he was like, "I did Birdman. I'm not doing the Vulture shit."
They'll probably fix that and make him like Norman Osborn or something.
He would be a cool Mysterio.
It's true.
I would love to see Mysterio. I've been dying to see Mysterio.
It's not gonna happen, though.
You never know, man. Anyway, so we have that. We also have the whitewashing of Hollywood, which I personally don't agree with. I don't think we're really whitewashing anything. It's just a fucking movie.
I make this complaint so much, and here we go. This is where all the salt comes out for me now. I have two kind of complaints. Number one, I feel that if I want to watch a movie where it's...
You keep hitting
I'm sorry. The what?
You keep hitting the cable while you're swaying, so just sit still, my friend.
I can't. I have like ADD. I have complete of a lack of faith in humanity now at this point. Like people, for some odd reason, and it's for Daredevil season 2. It's for, and granted, you could use the excuse and the reasoning that I'm not Asian, so I don't understand, but I do in a way where it's just like, oh, look at this Hispanic is gonna be this drug dealer number 8 this week. or he's gonna be like, hey, cholo, vato, and it's just like instantly, oh, that guy thinks he's fucking cool with his bike. I hope he crashes.
God damn, that's loud.
Anyway, so you get stereotyped because all Hispanic people are supposed to be Mexican, or Latino people, or whatever you want to. I don't even care about being PC. Somebody had to write at work. This made me laugh. So I was talking to somebody about baseball. There was an article that came out that's saying that baseball is an old white man's sport, and I went, well, except for the fact that half of the league is mostly Hispanic people or Latin players. I said Spanish by accident, like Spanish speaking players. And this girl turned around. She's like, "You're so wrong about that." And I went, "What do you mean?" She's like, "There's only one type of Spanish people, and they're from Spain."
Oh, God.
And I was like,
"This is your time to be on your fucking soapbox right now."
And I was like, first of all, I was like, "You're in somebody else's conversation." Secondly, I was like, "I'm Puerto Rican," so I was like, "Shut the fuck up! You're gonna try to tell me what? What are you gonna try to tell me? Things that I already know?" I was like, if it wasn't for the Spaniards like coming over and like raping women and beheading them, that's far from the point. But
wow, shots fired.
Yeah, no, I'm just tired of this. These are fantasy stories that get me away from the reality that is everything that's going on in the world. I paid my $15 to sit in a movie theater and enjoy a comic book character being put on screen, and I have to, and it has to be socially conscious. It makes me laugh because I'm like, oh man, this totally believable movie with demons and breaking dimensions and doing all these things, and I'm sorry, but now it's ruined because the ancient one is not Tibetan and it's not Asian, and I'm like, guys, shut the fuck up. I was like, and then my whole Ghost in Shell thing too. I'm not a fan of Ghost in Shell, so I could really care less because I'm not gonna see the movie. But if and the excuse that I hate that people use is like, there are plenty of talented Asian characters. Well, Asian actors, not characters. Excuse me. What? And I'm sounding so incoherent right now, but what makes you necessarily think that they're good for the part? Not every actor can go, I can play that. There's some actors who are uncomfortable playing things.
There's some people are just good for the role. Like, that's just how it goes. It's Hollywood. People, here's the thing. I think people sometimes, especially here in America, where like they take these very... they take these very like minor...
I feel like there's zombies outside that we don't know. There's like sirens, everybody's speeding, yeah.
But like we take these things that are just like, it's like, guys, it's fucking Hollywood. Like, maybe like there's two decisions there's two factors that go into every decision: if someone can do the role and pull it off, and if they have the star quality. And unfortunately, Ghost in the Shell is something that even for anime fans, I mean, like in the West, it's a hard sell. You know what I mean? Like, you're making a big budget Hollywood movie. Not a lot of people watch anime that are mainstream. You know what I mean? So, like, you're going to have to sell a Ghost in the Shell movie to people. So, yeah, you're going to put in this fucking person who's already known already. Whether or not they're Asian or not, that doesn't fucking matter. It's Hollywood. That's just the nature of the business. But on top of that, too, there's an article where they approached the creator of Ghost in the Shell, and they're like, so what do you think about this white chick playing a Japanese character? And he's like, to be honest with you, I never imagined the main character actually being Japanese. And it's funny because no one else really gives a shit. Because if you think about it outside of America, right? If you think about it on the world scale, there are movies out there already, like being filmed in China, being filmed in Korea, Japan, India, Africa, everywhere, and you have what's available to them. You know what I mean? So you have an all Asian cast in China, you have an all Japanese cast in Japan, and some of them are remakes and some of them are just straight up copies of Hollywood films, but just with Japanese characters who have American names. And I'm not saying, oh, they're, whatever, washing this or doing this. it's just a fucking movie. Like, at the end of the day, it's just a film. And I understand that there are stereotypes that you might want to fight, like, for example, the Spanish guy who's always the drug dealer or always the thug with the knife. But there's...
Or Mexican.
Or
it's just
Mexican.
like every Hispanic person has to be Mexican. And it's just like, no, it's not like that. And quite honestly, I don't care. As much as I'm making it seem, I'm just trying to raise a point where you don't want to see these things. You don't want to see these remakes. You're tired of whitewashing. Vote with your fucking wallet.
Mm-hmm.
As simple as that. You're not going to see it. Don't see it. But don't make a stink for the 10 or 15 so people that do want to see it and ruin it. Like, it's getting to a point now where people ruin things for me because it's like, well, I feel that this is an injustice to insert whatever you want to insert there. I'm sorry, hold on.
Yeah, I was going to say, put that towards you.
Whether it's like the whole Overwatch scandal with the changing of the butt pose, and you know, like, there again is another situation where I want to play a game, but you know, it has to be socially conscious. Like, fuck, I don't care about it. I'm playing this game to get away from reality and not go, because... oh, it's so crazy because I feel like the next, like, Gears of War, there's going to be one human character that's like, oh, this person offends me because blank. But I'm like, yeah, you're fucking fighting a swarm of enemies called the Locusts. Like, and that's what's going to kill you. It goes back to my argument. Remember when we were talking about Star Wars and I tell you that there was a person at work who said that there was a physics problem in the movie, so that took him out of the movie.
You're like, go fuck yourself.
And I was like, a movie about aliens, space, and one of the biggest family soap operas ever. Mm-hmm. And it's like that brought you out of the movie. The physics brought you out of it. And I was just like,
dude, the physics brought you out of it, but yet the fact that, like, there's a bunch of people that can lift shit with their fucking emotion, yeah, that's not what threw you out. Fuck you. You know, that's a good point, man. Like, that's something that bugs me now, especially with today's, like, outrage culture, where it's just like all it takes is one person, and that person can pretty much just derail an entire project. It's almost like what happened with Baldur's Gate, where the new Baldur's Gate expansion comes out, and, like, it's been twisted and turned because they got and I'm not saying this like in an offensive way. She's outright said this, where she's like, I'm a social justice warrior, and that's what I write. Like, I write things that are meant to be socially conscious and socially appropriate and politically correct for everyone to enjoy. But it's so heavy-handed in the writing that people are pissed, because it's like Baldur's Gate is this beloved series from, like, the heyday of PC gaming, and now it's just become this, like, fucking Tumblr platform where it's like, oh, this character just comes right out and it's just like, oh, what, you don't like me because I'm transgender? It's like, what? The fuck does that have to do with magic and trolls and wizards and shit?
It's frustrating. And you know what's crazy is that, like, the people that are outraged about the whitewashing of... I'm just going to use the Doctor Strange one, for example, because with the Ghost in Shell one, I can see people's complaints. Like, I can... You know, I understand that. With the whole shit that happened with Emma Stone and that Aloha movie, where they cast her as, like, a quarter Chinese, I can understand that with ScarJo and everything. But for Doctor Strange... And I notice it in articles by people of Asian descent that say, you know, we're tired of this Hollywood whitewashing, like, Doctor Strange goes to learn Kung Fu from the ancient one. I won't, whoa, no, you have it all wrong. Where, at what point do you think Doctor Strange is a Kung Fu movie?
Exactly,
it is
he's not
at all. And I'm like, you don't understand what the ancient one is. When Steve Ditko drew the character, it was like, this is what Doctor Strange sees him. This is what he sees him as. The ancient one is supposed to appear to you in any way, shape, or form do you feel like you're seeing it.
Yeah. So,
for example, he sees it as this androgynous kind of like just person, just blank person, which again can teach you how to control dimensions and hopping from one place to another. There's another SJW thing going on in the movie, Baron Mordo.
What about him?
Chiatu Altifor? I forget that's how you say his name. Isn't Baron Mordo a white character? Nope. Drop it. I'm getting the drop it sign.
Fuck it. That's stupid.
But you see what I'm saying?
No, I know what you're saying, but like, you know what it is? It's again, it's just like the thing with Iron Fist, where people were like, "Oh, why didn't they cast an Asian character for the role of Iron Fist?
He's not Asian.
He's not fucking Asian." Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
It's not a role that you don't give to Asians.
I love when they say, because they always throw this argument, and I whenever I hear that argument, I'm like, you know what, man, that's not their fucking responsibility. They always throw this argument of, oh, these people had the opportunity for change. They had the chance and the opportunity to make the next step in whatever like social consciousness upgrade that we have. And it's like, you know what, dude, that's not their fucking problem. Like, it's not their job to come out and like change the world. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to do it, if you want that to be the goal, your goal in life, to change the world, fine, more power to you. Go out and do that. Go out and make films that you feel need to be made. Go out and make speeches that need to be said. Whatever you feel you need to do. But these guys are trying to make a fucking movie. Like, that's not their focus. That's not their point. That's not their job.
I just thought of something else that angers and bothers me. So, as on the Mary Sue, I don't know why I went to the fucking Mary Sue. So,
oh, Sky.
I was, because it was a whitewashing article, and I was like, I'm going to take a look at it. And somebody at work also told me this. And they were like, so the ninjas in Daredevil Season 2, they go, yeah, like, why can't they have character? Why can't all these people, like, all the Asian characters have, like, backstories? And I went, listen, the Hand, and they even explained this in the television show, are fucking soulless beings that have been dead, resurrected, and are killing people. Even what was the main guy? The guy with the claw that fucked up Matt Murdock twice. Yeah. Or whatever his name is. Nabu. Yeah. So he was like, why can't Nabu have a backstory, this and that? I was like, there's plenty of opportunity to get to it. Even though that he's dead now, you can have a whole backstory about that. Mm-hmm. You know, and he's like, well, it would have been more interesting if, like, there was more like, you knew more about him. I was like, he's been dead and resurrected multiple times.
You know, that's the funny That's the funny thing, dude. Like, you know, again, everybody wants everything to be this platform. And, you know, I think you said it best, where it's just like, look, man, the reason why I got into comics in the first place, the reason why I started playing video games, the reason why we started watching movies, and not just movies in terms of like Shawshank Redemption and these like Oscar-winning movies. We're talking like Star Wars and Indiana Jones and shit. Like, the reason why we got into these movies is because we wanted a break from reality. We got tired of it. And, you know, when you go, especially, and I hate to throw this argument out, and it's kind of dumb, but, you know, for me especially, like, growing up as a nerd, I was thinking the same exact thing. Growing up as a fucking hefty person, like, I got teased, I got ridiculed, I got told a lot over and over again that I'm stupid, I'm dumb, I'm fat, I'm this and that. I don't want to fucking, like, I watch, you know why I read. And
you know who didn't call me fat, stupid, or lazy?
Captain America.
that issue of Amazing Spider-Man 426.
Exactly. Like, ooh, your phone again.
My phone just is like, has a fucking magnet in the back and it just automatically hits the floor.
But that's the thing, like, I didn't go there because I was like, I didn't start reading comics and I didn't start playing video games and watching cartoons because I was like, oh, this is the ideal world, the way things should be. I watched it because I was like, you know what? I want something different. I want an escape, and I want to just, you know what I see it as? Like, I want friends. These are my friends. And now it's like I can't escape that shit no more, because I can't read a comic now without having some like fucking social justice shit pushed on me. And it's like, dude, why?
when is it gonna get to a point where and it's starting to come out now, where everybody's privilege and everything is gonna start smashing into each other? And
it already is.
It's gonna start being like, well, you know, because I'm a cisgender white male who blah 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 blah. And then just like, oh, but wait, because you're this too, you're gonna offend this part of me, and it's just like,
dude, that's already. Dude, that's already happening, man. That's like, you know what it is, and I'm gonna bring this up, and maybe I might cut this out. Who knows? But no, I really might. But it's like the argument that, and this isn't an argument that's made
Gamergate.
no, this isn't an argument that's made to make people look stupid. It's just to kind of show like how far things are getting with how opinionated and outraged people get now, where it's just like there are people that are like, oh, I think that Muslims are great, they're amazing, and I believe that they shouldn't be like forced out of their culture, and they should wear their hijabs and all this stuff, and it's just a part of their culture, and we have no right to infringe upon it. But at the same time, they're like, oh, but I think that the women in that culture are oppressed, and they should be liberated and freed and get out of that society where they're constantly held down. And it's like, well, you want to preserve it or do you want to fight it?
There's a good point, and as my I'll be perfectly fine to say that my mom converted to Islam.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this was a woman, a Catholic, Puerto Rican her whole life. And when she remarried in 2000, she took, and when she first told us, we didn't think she was serious. Like, we were like, shut up. and since then, even after her divorce, like, she still kept the religion, and she praises Allah and all that. And she's down with almost all the rules of it, but there's certain like she won't cover up, except when she went to Egypt, she did like to respect the culture. Yeah. But it's kind of weird because that's the truth, where it's the way that my stepfather put it at the time. He was like, you don't have to change. I don't want you to change anything. Like, if you want to stay like that, stay like that. But if you are going to come over to this, you have to understand there's certain rules that I want you to respect, but you don't have to. So it's like she'll fast. She does the fasting. She does a prayer. I don't think she does it as hardcore anymore, but there was all these things. And then of course, for like, naturally they assume that she's a white lady. It's just like, oh, look, this white lady's converted. No, it's Puerto Rican. And there were crazy times where I'll never forget. One day I was coming home from school with her, and I saw her on the bus on 125th, and we got on the bus and she was wrapped up because she was fasting, and that's the only time she wrapped up was when she would fast. Mm-hmm. And we were on the bus, and some black dude just was like, oh, you fucking terrorist bitch, like, on the bus.
Jesus.
No lie, terrorist. And then my mom, in Spanish, just flipping out, like, I was like, yeah, you still pissed off the Puerto Rican in her? What are you doing? Sure, run away, run away.
You got the Puerto Rican in her, oh no.
But you see, and it's just like everybody has their prejudices, man, and everybody offends. And I don't want to hear that bullshit of like, I'm socially conscious, because no. Because if you're gonna play that card and call somebody, oh, you have white privilege, you have this and that, you have this and that, and you don't know the struggles that person goes through, you're just as bad as the white person that's telling the same thing to you.
Precisely.
Just as bad.
Okay, so I'm gonna admit we got on a little bit of a soapbox there.
No, it has to be talked about, and
it does.
The one person that always makes sense to me, and I talked to him about this, is Yusuf at work, and I don't name him. Yusuf is like the end all be it. Like, for me, I'm like, because again, we're both like golden age, silver age comic book fans. And I had to at some point, because everybody at the job is like, fuck this whitewashing. Even Julio's like, yeah, this shit is whitewashing, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And, I turned to Yusuf, like, Yusuf, am I crazy about this ancient one thing? He's like, no, you're not. And he brought up another movie that Tilda Swinton played the same exact character in 25 years ago. And I was like, oh, okay. But he's like, he goes and he tells me all these things, and I'm like, oh, thank God, Yusuf. I know I'm not going crazy. And Yusuf's pretty socially conscious too, so it bugs me because the things that I love are being tampered with, and not tampered with, and I don't care about because this shit goes both ways. When the whole Finn thing coming out, and everybody's like, boycott Star Wars because there's a black person, or the Johnny Storm thing. Excuse me, which I didn't care about. Like, it's just like, okay, that's cool. They're gonna reimagine Johnny Storm. I don't give a fuck. It's just.
I just want to say real quick, every fucking podcast.
Yeah, no, it's our weekly siren, but it bugs me because it's like I said, the things that I love are being tampered with, and the question that I'm gonna leave this off with is, if the creator of said content has a vision for something, right? And he's like, I have two visions. And I'll use The Walking Dead as an example. Like, I'm gonna write the comics and the original art form, or the original piece of art, this way, but it's adaptation. I want to write a completely different way. I want to change some things. who are people to tell the person who created the thing, we want you to change this and we want you to change this now? Wait, you?
It was me.
You?
It was me.
It was you?
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying, it's just like, you brought it up, like the guy that created Ghost in the Shell. Like, what if he's like, I don't care what you think.
He's like, I don't give a shit.
This is what I want. How can you tell him no? You're basically censoring his art then.
Exactly.
You're telling him to alter his art to make you happy.
But that's what I mean when I say like, yeah, you're right. Like you said, oh, I want to see when it starts to collide on itself, and it already is. It really already is.
You start taking away people's freedom of expression. And I said it.
Well, they say that, like, they want to fight for the freedom for them to be able to choose who they want to be and and all this stuff, but yet at the same time they want to censor what everyone they want to censor what everyone else does at the same time. It's like you can't have anything. Like I was telling you, it kind of sucks to be. I mean, I'm not going to say it actually.
Just say it, and I'll say if it's bad.
Okay. Like it sucks to be like the normal straight white dude. Like, there's just so much against you. Like, by default, it's like, oh, you're racist, you're homophobic, you want to whitewash everything, and you are not accepting of other people's cultures. And it's like, oh man, and you hate women, oh man, and you shoot black people. That's the other thing. Automatically, white people are just, they hate everybody.
I always say it, man, and I don't give a fuck if anybody has something to say about this. You fucking tell me whatever you feel.
If you have anything to say about this, just like, comment, and subscribe.
No, just comment in the bottom of this. But this is my thing. So growing up as a white Puerto Rican male in the Bronx, in the hood in the Bronx, and in Harlem. Like, this shit was tough for me as a kid, man. And then to be a nerd at the same time and be chubby, fat, white kid with an Irish last name. It's like I was too white for my Spanish friends or the people that I grew around, my Spanish neighborhood. And I was too Spanish for my white friends. So it's just like there was no middle ground for me.
It was the same thing for me, man. Like I was too Spanish for the black kids and too black for the Spanish kids. So
and it's like you have to find this middle ground, and it's like, oh no, fuck you. You don't get it. You don't get to talk about being bullied, you know, because you're white. You still have that white privilege. I had to talk about that to somebody. I was like, oh, okay, so a single mother struggling to raise two kids, that's my white privilege, right? And somebody turned around and told me, they were like, oh, so no, white privilege is thinking that you don't deserve to struggle. I was like, how the fuck do you tell somebody that? How do you honestly with a straight face go, no, you should struggle. I hope your life is fucking miserable. Like, what?
I know, it's crazy,
and again, this all goes back to like the things that I love are being fucked with. And it's just like, don't do that. Don't like, you want to make a new Spider, like I think Miles Morales is the best example of how to make things socially conscious. Instead of being like, no, this Peter Parker doesn't exist no more, fuck Peter Parker. No, there was this kid went on he gets bit, his dad is working on his uncle is the thief. I'm going back to the first volume of the trade. His uncle is this thief, breaks into Oscorp or whatever. A spider that was made from Parker's DNA bites him. He becomes a new Spider-Man. Gets mentored by Gwen Stacy and by Aunt May. And it's like, that's perfect. And you don't have to, there's no pandering, there's no whitewashing, there's no nothing. It's these brand new stories with a brand new character that was created, and this character's good. And you have him going through the struggles of he's trying to get into this private school. How can a kid of an ethnic background get into this private school, survive that? Ends up losing both of his parents. Spoilers. Like, the shit goes down. His uncle's a thief. His uncle's trying to take advantage of him. It's like, you found a way to fucking do it. Where it's just like, no, we're going to scrap all this to make you happy.
Yep.
Because then most of the time, the people that bitch and complain about things not being right don't even read the fucking product.
Exactly.
They don't play the game. They don't read the product. Again, they see an article on Kotaku. They see an article on the Mary Sue. And they jump on the bandwagon. And it's without knowing any of the source material, not even knowing what's going on. And the fact that they're not going to buy this thing to support it, it's just like, so because you're not going to buy it, but this does upset you about it, you're gonna ruin it for the people that do want to play these things. Like I agree too with some thing. And this is it. We're gonna get away from this because I'm just gonna fucking angry. It's gonna get and I'm super salty about this. Like it. And it's not a thing about being right or wrong. It's just that you just have to stop it because it's everything now. Mm-hmm. Like, I understand if it was like one thing every couple of months, but this is every fucking day. There's a news story of somebody being mad because some creator farted in their direction and it was a fucking socially unconscious fart.
Well, it's not even that. It's like somebody farts. And as somebody's walking by, they smell it and they get super offended. And they're like, you farted on me. It's like, no, I just farted and you walked by. No, you farted on me and I'm offended. Anyway, guys, so I said there was going to be no commercial interruptions. I lied. We're going to take just a tiny break to give you guys a breather.
Give us a breather, too.
And give us a breather as well. And
I don't think you could just cut it and we'll make it seem like it was just going.
Well, I mean, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the magic of editing and I'm going to... I'm gonna do the whole like I'm gonna put in the video. I'm gonna be like, well, if you can skip to here if you just want to hear normal news, but if you actually really care about our opinions, then just listen, have fun. Anyway, guys, love you. We'll be back.
Fuck y'all.
You're not cooking.
Yeah, dude.
Pork chop sandwiches. Oh shit! Get the fuck out of here! What are you doing? Go! Get the fuck out of here, you stupid idiot! Fuck, we're all dead! Get the fuck out! My God, did that smell good?
Detect it to know going and you tell me do things. I done running.
G.I. Joe!
Hey everybody, we're back. Yeah, so
what's up, Neil?
okay. That's our first censorship of the day. So yeah, we had a little talk, and now we're gonna talk, regular, normal, boring news. So one thing that was really big. Again, a lot of news has passed since the last time we did this. Last one we talked about Batman versus Superman a lot heavily.
Can you say that sentence again? Something about being big.
About being big?
Yeah, you said you usually do big things or something like that.
Oh, I don't do big things.
I was gonna say I like my penis.
Yes, I figured that's where you were going. Anyway, but a lot of things happened. But one big thing that I think a lot of people were wondering about, because it started out as a rumor.
It's the size of my penis.
Wow. So two things. First one, a lot of people thought that Xbox, we're talking about video game news, Xbox was originally thought to be coming out with a 0.5 version. And then that was squashed by Phil Spencer himself, the man. Was like, no. If we're going to do something like an upgrade for the console, it's going to be a substantial one. Yeah. Whereas Sony took the other route and announced that they are working on codename Neo, which is going to be their HD, their 4K, better processor, better CPU. Well, I guess the same thing. More RAM, better graphics card version of their console. That's essentially going to be a PlayStation 4, just an upgraded version of the PlayStation 4.
It's the 6 and 6S of PlayStation.
Pretty much, yeah, the 6 and 6S of PlayStation, which has a lot of people kind of yay and nay.
Infuriated.
So I'm just going to ask you this quick question before we get into it. Mm-hmm. Are you yay or nay for the PlayStation Neo?
I'd be a very big hypocrite if I said nay, because I'm looking at my 6S right there. Man, here's the thing. I understand that technology has to be upgraded in a life cycle. For a phone, I see it more clearly, where it's just like, this phone, it does new things that you need to do, and it's with you all the time. Like, so I understand the implications of upgrading a phone every year to 6 months. On the home console side, not so much. I don't think that it's I don't think you should do it.
You don't think it's that substantial?
No, and especially being what's come out about it, mm-hmm. that developers are going to have to make now 2 versions of a game.
Yeah, the originals will not be able to run on the new console, which is really weird, to be honest with you. So developers are going to have to create a, also excellent on the PlayStation Neo. Like,
that's the thing I told you. Like, that's what's going to come out on these advertisements where it's going to be like better on Neo, or, you're going to see a game and you're going to be like, damn, well, I want the most out of this game, so let me purchase this product. I know I'm going to buy it. I know me personally, I'm going to trade my old system and just pay the difference.
It's going to be $100 more, they said. So the price range is not like drastic or anything. But
I've got 2 to 3. And you know what? It's not even like an official announcement, because this is all like a story Giant Bomb kind of released and had the exclusive to. But here's my thing. You feel, if you're somebody that's like, man, I've been saving up to buy this PlayStation 4, and you go to the store and you're like, Mr. GameStop, man, 1 PlayStation 4, please. And you get your PlayStation, you're going home, you're setting it up, and you're like, oh, let me just put on Giant Bomb podcast, see what's going on.
PlayStation Neo!
New PlayStation Neo, you're just like, fuck!
Yeah, we'll return it. It's 30 days, though.
No.
Some places.
That's
something I was thinking about that too, because unfortunately, like on the overnight, a lot of people see me as the game guy, so they come up to me and they ask me a lot. They're like, I'm thinking of getting a new console, and I don't know which one of the new ones to get, if I should go with the Xbox or the PlayStation. And to be honest with you, a lot of times I recommend for them to get the PlayStation, and that's only because a lot of people they know also have PlayStation. Mm-hmm. And now I feel bad, because I've known a few people who have taken my advice and gone to fucking PlayStation, and now it's like, oh, well, for $100 more, they're gonna have the 4K version that you could get. But what's funny about the 4K version? Mm-hmm. Most people don't have the capability to run it anyway. You would need a 4K screen. 4K TVs are expensive, and most people don't have one because, to be honest with you, there isn't a lot out there in 4K to begin with.
Isn't Vizio starting to put out like cheap 4K
They are. This is
television?
Even this TV here on the box says it's 4K. But as I've learned, because I have it and I'm messing with it now that I have a graphics card that can output in 4K, I'm learning that it's not real 4K. It's like a simulated 4K. Mm-hmm. There's a specific kind of cable you use for it. This one doesn't even have the port for it, but you can convert it and it'll pretend like it'll make it work. Anyway, that's not the point I'm trying to make. The point I'm trying to make is that, yes, 4K is going to start becoming a bit of an option. And I have a feeling that Sony will also maybe even start making their own kind of like, that's a stool. That's an ottoman. You can... Yes. I got that for a reason.
Oh my god, my legs are getting cramped. I don't know why.
But yeah, like I know that the technology oftentimes does not catch up with itself. You know what I mean? Like there's the whatchamacallit.
The Deutschester.
No, there's a divide between the consumer technology upgrades and the corporate technology upgrades, where it's like, the PlayStation has access to all this crazy shit that they can put inside their console, and the consumer may not have a home that can adequately. A good case in point would probably be like the HTC Vive, where yes, it's it's VR. You can put it on your fucking head. It's cost almost $1,000, but do you have the space for it?
Do you have the computer for it?
Probably not.
No.
And
even to a greater extent, on a smaller scale, look at Always Online, which at this point we were always online, but making everything only digital only, where the internet infrastructure here in this country is still third world-esque. So it's just like, you can't... Man, I just feel like this is like Sony, this is Sony slapping their fans in their face again. And this is why I say this, because with the PlayStation 3, man, Sony just got dragged in the mud, and they had the same hubris that they had going in now that they have going into that they did with the PlayStation 3, except it didn't work for them on the PlayStation 3. The PlayStation 3 was a terrible, like, it finally caught up towards the end, but everything about it was terrible. The interface on the PlayStation Store, the fact that developers can develop on it, And it's sort of like that hubris that kind of like pushed people away, and people started jumping on the Xbox. Where it was
I just want to. That just reminds me. Actually, I just want to say this as a sort of clarification to some people. Most of the people we know are very like already into the stuff. Like the same discussion that you and I are having are discussions that we have with other people everywhere. But you know, just in case somebody who's listening isn't quite aware, this isn't the first time a console or a company that creates consoles has come out with another version of their console. There was the slimmer PlayStation that came out. But they do minor things. This is where the reason why this is becoming such a big topic is because this is the first console that's been like almost completely overhauled without really being given the whole like PlayStation 5 or
there's always this argument where it's like there was the PS1, which was the small PS1. There was 3 versions of the PlayStation 2. You know, there was the slim one, the fat one, and the one with the open tray. Even not the Xbox, the PlayStation 3 got that overhaul too. They had the tray that you could slide open.
You can even say the Xbox.
The Xbox 360 went through too.
The processor on the Xbox 360 ended up getting an upgrade from the Haswell.
Yeah.
Simply because it kept crashing.
Today's a sad week. It was announced that the Xbox 360s are done in production.
Oh, rest in peace, Xbox 360.
I'll never forget, and I'm gonna transition to that because I can't talk about Sony no more.
Trigger.
No, it's not a trigger. It's just that it really is like the good faith that Sony kind of rebuilt with the PlayStation 4 is starting to kind of dwindle.
It's starting to get. They're trying to. Well, we have to see what they do with Neo. I really do. In my personal opinion, I don't think Sony's gonna push the Neo as hard as we think they are. I do think Sony's gonna say, "Hey, we really want you guys to jump on PlayStation VR. We want you to get it, play it on any version of the console. But if you are serious about PlayStation VR and you have the equipment for it, we suggest the Neo." But
we will see this at E3.
Oh, we'll definitely see. Oh man, I can't wait for E3.
See this. It's gonna be interesting. Remind me after this to look up the dates so I can request them off now.
Dude, we got the NX coming out. We have Neo to talk about, and we have HoloLens to talk about, which hasn't even.
We also have Bethesda's conference to talk about.
Dude,
they trademark a new Elder Scrolls. Did you see that?
No, that's old.
Oh, okay.
That's the card game for iOS.
Oh yeah, that's right. But yeah, to go back to the Xbox.
Everybody's reaction. Everybody's reaction to what is Elder Scrolls Legends? Oh, it's that card game. Oh man, like it's just Hearthstone with fucking Dunmer.
Just to go back to the Xbox. Do you have any favorite Xbox 360 memories? I have 2 questions for you.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Xbox 360 memory, and what was your favorite game on the Xbox?
Okay, 360? My favorite.
And I want this to be that second question. I want it to be a 2-part question. I want exclusive, and if it's a third party, and 1 third party.
Okay. My favorite Xbox 360 experience. Okay, this is really, really lame. Because I think most people would have like, oh, it was the day I got this achievement, or the day I killed this many people in Halo. Oh. But for me, like...
You just took 2 of my answers.
I think for me, my favorite experience was actually my girlfriend at the time. We played... What? No.
That's breaking news. No, I'm sorry.
Oh, fuck you. No, my girlfriend at the time, we ended up playing fucking Uno. I know. Sometimes I sit like that. We played Uno, and I played with her father, and that was my first like. It's weird because like that was my first time ever really like interacting with her father. I was playing Uno on 360.
That's so.
And then it got to the point where like when she wasn't home, and I would play Uno with her father. And then I would play with her father and his friend, and we all bonded through playing Uno together.
Remember when girls used to like send you invites, and they would have that shitty Xbox 360 camera, and they would be like naked while they'd be flashing titties? I remember I walked into one Uno match randomly online, and this couple was just having sex on the camera. I was guys, this is too bad. I'm gonna get out of here now. You know, to think that it's crazy to think how revolutionary the Xbox 360 was.
It is
with the
like
implementation of like the achievement system,
the
party cross game party chat and stuff like that.
Dude, Xbox 360, building off of the Xbox. Now, the original Xbox, by all accounts, wasn't the most successful console in the world, but for what it was trying to do when it first came out, having internet in it. Dude, fucking the first game I ever played online was Mech Warrior. When I say console online, besides Phantasy Star, was Mech Warrior, and I had so much fucking fun playing that shit online. And when we hacked the Xbox, when we hacked the Xbox to play Halo online, oh my god, dude,
LAN party Halo
that day, the day my friend and I were playing Halo online against other people. Halo 1, that day I fucking felt it. That was the first time I felt that this was a new era in gaming. Like, yes, playing SNES, Nintendo 64, GameCube, PlayStation 2, you're going through all that and you're like, I'm just playing games. But feeling connected like that for the first time, I'm showing my age here, but feeling connected like that for the first time, I was like, this is different. Like, this is going to be the future of playing games. And look, dude, the 360 took off because the 360 had revolutionary online play. I mean, when you think about it at the time, there was achievements and again
chats. And there was never any big problems with the online. Like, remember when the PlayStation Network went down? Everybody was like, oh, well, we're just going to jump on live. That's it.
Yeah.
People play. Oh, so now your favorite first-party game and third-party game.
Okay, favorite first-party game and favorite third-party game. My favorite third-party game. Oh, man, I don't know, man. There's a lot. What the fuck are you doing?
I was simulating Gears.
Oh. I didn't like Gears. Oddly enough. I liked Fable. I enjoyed playing. I was super excited to play Fable 2. And oddly enough, a game I actually really enjoyed, and I'm sad to see like its current state. Crackdown. The original Crackdown was so fun and it was a launch title, right? It was like
no. It was 2007 because it came with the. You know why the original Crackdown sold so much?
Because it came with the console.
No. It didn't come with the console. The original Crackdown sold so well because there was a beta to play Halo 3.
Oh yeah,
the multiplayer for Halo 3. Right. So Crackdown sold so many copies, and then it turned out people were like, "Oh shit, this is actually a really good game." 2 didn't do so well, but 3 was like everybody was like, "Oh, this is fucking fantastic."
But yeah, the first Crackdown was really fun. I enjoyed that game. Fable, Crackdown, and I don't know, man. I played a lot of 360 games, so it was hard for me to narrow it down.
So for me, my couple favorite memories is that it was really the co-op play and being able to play with my girlfriend in Left 4 Dead and so on and so forth and all the friends. But I kind of met 2 of my best friends on Xbox Live playing Halo 3.
Really?
Yeah, my friend Guantai, who is a black Chinese man. We and my friend Chris, who lives like 2 blocks away from here. We all met in 2007 playing Halo one night randomly in a party. I was playing with these dudes from Atlantic City that I met. And one day they invited this guy, Guan23. And we and Guan like bonded because he was like, oh, I'm from Long Island. I was like, oh, no shit, blah, blah, blah. And then we split up and now like became like the closest of friends. He showed up to every...
Sorry, the horn.
Yeah, no, he showed up to every one of my birthday. He was there last year. He's wearing his red Tiger Woods shirt, as I like to call it. But no, and then my friend Chris, he helped me out a lot too when I was going through my unemployment shit. He bought tickets, ringside tickets to WrestleMania for us. So, no, it was pretty dope, and still to these days, every Friday we play Halo online, and it's something that we've been doing now for fucking 8 years, which is crazy to think. And then the achievement hunting. Like, I am an achievement whore.
Yeah, you are.
So it's just like, I just remember just some like grinding like the stupidest achievements and getting the satisfaction when like a 5-point achievement. I'm like, yeah, you motherfuckers.
I was never really big into the, oh, wait a minute. I take that back.
See, I'm a completionist. Like, I have to... I like challenges and I like doing things, so...
I played... So, here's the thing: my computer wasn't up to snuff at the time, so the only way for me to play this game was through Xbox 360, and I praise the Xbox 360. It's the only game on Xbox 360 that I have every single achievement, and it's Oblivion.
What?
That was the only
Horse armor.
I got most of the achievements in Fable and stuff, but yeah, definitely Oblivion. You just reminded me that. Without 360, I would have been able to. Without 360, I wouldn't. It's like laser tag.
Just take a picture and make this the bookmark of the screenshot of the podcast.
God. See, he's asking me to do that, and I'm not doing it.
Yeah, I know. So no, my favorite third-party games and first-party game. At the time, it was it was on PC, so never mind. I guess the two choices for third-party would have to be between Borderlands and BioShock. Like, I fucking loved the shit out of it. Like, BioShock was the reason why I got besides Halo, was the reason why I got an Xbox. I saw the fucking trailer with the Big Daddy and seeing, like, this whole, like, jazzy 1950s rapture, and I was like, I fucking want this game.
Yeah, BioShock is such a good game.
BioShock
1 is, damn, you just reminded me. Yeah, BioShock is a great game.
Never forget quitting my job at the movie theater, walking to a GameStop, and I was like, you guys have any of the collector's editions left for pre-order? Like, no, but you can come back and we'll sell you one tomorrow. I was like, cool. Came back the next day, bought the BioShock, and got a job.
Oh, shit.
And then that was when my life changed for the worst. I guess, and then my favorite first-party game is going to have to be fucking Halo Reach.
Yeah, I was about to say, probably a Halo game for you.
Yeah, no, it was Halo Reach, which is still it's probably my favorite Halo, because it's sort of like Rogue One.
Yeah.
Where you know what happened to the fucking team. Like, they all die, and you know it, and it's sort of like, fuck, I'm playing through this game, but I know one by one everybody's gonna go down. The multiplayer was dope. That's when they introduced, like, powers for the multiplayer. And I went to the launch party in Times Square for it in the Best Buy theater, and I played the developers in multiplayer and beat all of them. Oh, fuck. I have another memory that I just remembered. So when Halo 3 came out, there was an event at the AMC Lincoln Center in the big IMAX. There's still, I don't know if the video's still up there because G4 is no longer extinct.
It's no longer a thing.
It's no longer a thing. But I'm in that G4 video and they interview me and it's so awkward because I was like 18 at the time.
Oh, we got to look for that.
And I was like, oh my God, this is so good.
We got to look for that.
So,
you know what's funny? I probably saw you and didn't know who the hell you were.
Yeah. So the big thing was you get to test out the level and then you get to play. So what they did, remember what I was telling you when we saw Batman Superman? They set up the four screens and then it was a split screen on the big IMAX screen, and getting the teabag one of the developers on the big IMAX screen was like the best fucking moment ever. But that's pretty much it with the Xbox, man. We're gonna miss it.
You know, I'm gonna ask you this quick question. Embarrassing GameStop stories, because I'm about to tell you one.
I told you the hamburger one.
Yeah, you did.
Your name is Hamburger, like the food.
I remember I was having like the shittiest day at school, like the shittiest week ever, and this like you like viewers or listeners. And Brendan, like, you gotta understand, like, games are not just, like, they're really, really super important to me. Like, some people just have comics, like, they love comic books, blah, blah, blah.
As you look at me and say that.
Yeah, you fuck.
Some people really like comics.
But, like, for me, like, I love reading comics, I love movies and all that, but, like, video games are very, very, like, a part of, like, my life. And, you know, I was just having the worst fucking week, and all this crazy shit kept happening. And I was excited, but I was like, you know what? At the end of this week, on Friday, this game's going to come out, and I'm going to be able to sit down and play it and just veg out on it. It wasn't even a good game. It was a terrible, terrible game. And you ready for what the game is? It was Dead or Alive Beach Volleyball, right? And I was like, I just want to play it. I don't give a fuck. I just want to play a game, right? Yeah. It was going to come out. I get out of school. I go down to the GameStop on 86th Street and what is it, Lexington. And I get over there and I'm like, hey, so I have a pre-order for Dead or Alive. and I have the money. Let's make this happen, right? He goes, okay, you got ID? I was like, yeah.
Oh, that's right, it's rated M.
And this is the first time they've ever enforced a rating thing on me, right? And the guy's like, I can't sell this to you. It's rated M. You gotta be 18 to get it. Dude, I flipped out in games. I flipped out in GameStop over a fucking Dead or Alive beach volleyball game.
So you're
like, this is fucking bullshit.
You're 3 years older than me, right?
Yeah.
So at the time it came out, what, 2006?
I think so.
Shouldn't have you been 20 at that time?
No. Dead or Alive didn't come out in 2006.
Extreme Beach Volleyball for the original Xbox or the 360?
The 360.
Yeah, I want you to fact check that.
Yeah.
I don't mean to call bullshit on your story, but I was just like, wait a minute.
The original Dead or Alive beach volleyball came out in 2003.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the 360 didn't come out in 2005.
This is the original Xbox one then. Sorry, not the 360.
I was like, wait a minute. That's funny.
But yeah, I flipped out on the guy, and like my friend at the time, because he lived in that area, so I used to go hang out with him. It was the only reason why I was at that GameStop to begin with. I remember distinctly him like putting his arm over my shoulder and just like walking me out of the store like, dude, it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Somebody did that shit somebody did that shit to me with Condemned.
Really?
I didn't have a school ID, and oddly enough, the person that did this to me ended up becoming a really close personal friend and employee of mine when I worked at GameStop. So I went to go buy the Condemned, and I was 18. Mm-hmm. The problem is I didn't have a state ID yet, so I only had my school ID that had my birth date. So fucking I go and I know the guy. His name was Steve. I go to the GameStop and he's like, I'm like, hey, let me get. It was in the clearance bin. I was like, oh shit, I want the Condemned. It's a horror game. It's gonna be fun. I bring it up. He's like, oh, you have a date? I'm like, yeah, man, here. And he's like, this isn't an ID. I was like, yeah, it's my school ID. It's my date of birth and everything. He's like, you can't forge a school ID. So he's like, yeah, but he's like, I'm not gonna let you do that because he's like, I sell you this game and I don't know if like your parents or somebody else is gonna come and report me and I'm not gonna lose my job for this. And I was like, dude, you can't be serious. So he doesn't give me the game and I was like, I can't fucking believe this. So I leave. I leave. 2 years later, I work with him in the Big Union store. We opened up the Big Union Square store and I tell him, I was like, yo, when I came here you helped me when you were in Manhattan Mall. And you told me that I couldn't buy the Condemned because I had a school ID. He's like, oh, I do remember that. He's like, I was just fucking with you. I don't want to sell you the game. And I was like, you motherfucker.
You motherfucker.
So what he did for the first day that we opened, he bought me 2 used copies of the Condemned. He's like, look, I bought it for you since you couldn't buy it. I was like, fuck you, you son of a bitch.
In your fucking face.
Yeah, no, that guy turned out to be cool, man. We have a lot of horror stories funny. Of that big 14th Street. Can I tell a sex story?
What? Excuse me?
Can I tell a sex story?
How
a GameStop sex story?
Okay.
So when I worked in GameStop one time, I don't know why I'm telling this, but
welcome to Sex Talk with Brendan.
With my ex-girlfriend one day, like we had like a huge fight one day, like super huge fight, and like we were on the verge of breaking up, blah blah blah. So she came into the store, and so it was me, 2 of my employees, and my girlfriend in the store, and I was like, I'm going in the back room with her. If you guys wanna like, you guys fucking. You watch the counter. I'm just going to take her because she's bitching and arguing, blah, blah, blah. So we go to the back room, and we're standing there. And she's, like, yelling at me and arguing this and that. And all of a sudden, like, she's trying to, like, berate me and this and that, blah, blah, blah. So I just kiss her. Start making out with her. She's like, what the fuck are you doing? This and that, blah, blah, blah. And then she starts kissing me back. And then it's so funny because then she's like, we're going to fuck right here. I was like, I can't. I'm working. So she pulls my dick out, and we start doing what we're doing. And all of a sudden, I hear a little kid on the other side of the door, and I'm like, "You have to shut up. You can't say nothing. Just stop talking right now. Don't moan, do nothing." And all of a sudden, because this is the back door, right? Yeah. We're back here, and the door's right here. All of a sudden, I hear the keys from like the GA. No. I'm like. Fuck, and I'm like, I'm still like inside my ex at the time, and I'm like, fuck. So I see the doorknob turn, and I go, no. So I knock over a stack of Xboxes. The door opens, the stack of Xboxes comes down, closes the door, and I'm like, yes, and fucking pull out and it makes a sound, and we were like, oh, we'll just finish this when we get home. So as we're coming out, my friend's like, it smells like vagina back there. I was like, oh, don't worry about that.
Just no, it doesn't. It smells like Xbox. Fuck you. You
Yeah,
know what
it's
Xbox
a
is
stupid, little embarrassing sex story of my time at GameStop.
Wow.
It's not the first nor the last time that happened to.
Oh. Whoa. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What time is it? We got 29 minutes into this one. Would you like to continue or take a break?
Yeah, take a break.
Okay, guys. We're going to take one last break, and when we get back, we'll talk some movie stuff, all right?
Me that.
Obviously, we're going to talk about something big, and you know what's coming up soon, so we'll see.
Warning Marvel biased.
All right now, fellas. Yeah. Now what's cooler than being cool?
Having enough money to support your family.
I can't hear you. I say what's cooler than being cool?
Having custody over my kids, seeing my wife again, living in a house, having money to pay for food.
Hey, guys, we're back. For you, it was only a few seconds, but for us, it was an eternity.
I was about to get 20 minutes and a dump later.
Ew, gross. And some really cool Twitch streams that we've been monitoring.
I said not to bring it
So,
up.
no, I wasn't bringing that up.
I think I found my third thing that just totally annoys the fuck out of me.
So, any gay. Wow.
Let's go to the
Anyway,
movies.
guys, so we're going to talk about Civil War. That's right. Civil War is coming out. And
before we do that, thoughts on the Doctor Strange trailer?
amazing. Absolutely amazing. I'm glad they're finally bringing... Marvel was very adamant that they weren't going to touch on any magical elements to the universe until Doctor Strange. And to be honest, all that secrecy helped, because when you see the Doctor Strange trailer, it feels so different from a lot of the other Marvel stuff that's out there.
Mm-hmm.
And oh, my asshole. And I love that. I
You know
love the
what?
way it looks.
You know what I love that they accomplished in a 30-second trailer?
What?
They managed to pique my interest without showing me 3/4 of the movie.
Yeah, that's true. We don't know what's going on. We know there's way more to it than just what they showed, and it's already like, dude.
They gave you the basic premise where it was like, everybody celebrating. In the background, we're watching Texas Showdown.
Oh yeah, we're watching the team fight, essentially. So yeah, I mean, it looks good. I think it looks really interesting. I'm excited for it.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, before the fucking movie even has come out, we already know what the next X-Men movie is going to be about. Oh, look, it's Papa Valle.
Wait, what?
We already know what the next X-Men movie is going to be about. It's going to be the Phoenix Saga.
Did they say that already?
Mm-hmm.
Does it come out? Is it official? Is it like an after credit scene?
No, it's not an after credit scene. They already said that they're going to build on
the
Jean
newscasts
Grey.
are going to move past like Fassbender and all these people and Lawrence. Well, I think Lawrence is signed for this and then like a solo movie, and I think she's going to be in the next Wolverine movie too.
Is it me? Is it just me? But like, I'm not very much interested in a story a story that's driven by the character of Mystique.
Yeah, I'm tired of it. It was really, I feel like it was the weakest part of X-Men Days of Futures Past. I just didn't care.
Yeah.
It's like, we have to stop Mystique from changing events in history. And I'm like, don't give a fuck, really.
You know what it is? I think, like, in the realm of the comic world, that seems like some sort of storyline that would happen. But, like, it doesn't work with me only because of the emphasis that they put on Mystique's character throughout this whole new X-Men timeline, where it's just like, yeah, fucking Mystique is so super important to the story, and I'm like, Mystique's not that interesting of a fucking character, both in the books and in the fucking movie. I mean, she's a cool character, don't get me wrong, but like, come on, there's way better mutants in X-Men to focus on. Like Beak. I would rather see a Beak movie. There we go. So.
So your thoughts on the Star Wars Rogue One trailer as well?
Okay, Rogue One, dude. Shit, that's gonna be so good. There's so many questions that it brings up. So many tie-ins. It also makes me think that we're overthinking this whole Rey situation. Or most people are overthinking where they're like, she could be Luke Skywalker's daughter. It's like, no, actually.
A lot of people think that there might be a connection between Rey and the The new lady that was
Our
introduced
new-
in Rogue One.
A new protagonist.
Well, what didn't J.J. Abrams came out and said that Rey's parents aren't in Episode 7, which is awesome. You know, I believe that, but at the same time, this is the guy that for months on end was like, Benedict Cumberbatch isn't playing Khan.
Well, I honestly think that Abrams respects
Star
the
Wars
fan.
more than Star Trek.
Yeah, maybe. But can we just say one little thing about Star Trek?
Yeah.
Apparently, you bastard. No, apparently, I did that, and I didn't want to do that. I thought it was a mistake. All right,
What?
guys, sorry, I'm gonna make a lot of noise. Okay. So one thing, my finger actually accidentally touched my nose, and I don't like that. No, like the inside of the nostril, and I don't like that. Anyway, so they had came out and they said that the Star Trek TV show, the new one that's going to be coming out, is not going to follow the alternate timeline of the movies. It's actually going to fall between the last original generation movie, which is what is it? Something Frontier. It's going to follow that. It's going to follow the events after that, and it's going to take place not in the original format where it's like, this is the crew, and let's follow the crew on their daily, freak of the week kind of linear, the kind of progression. They're actually going to do some stuff where they jump around in between that timeline from the end of the original generation to next generation. So, interesting. I'm happy because, I'm a late bloomer with Star Trek, so I just got into Star Trek like 2 years ago, and I've seen all the episodes for all the TV series, and I've watched all the movies. So, getting into it, especially from the new movies, I think a lot of people are also getting into Star Trek again or getting into it for the first time, and having a new TV show, I think that follows that kind of deep history is going to be fucking awesome. It's going to be cool to get back into.
I'm trying to think what else. What other trailers came out? Just stuff you don't like. There was a new Suicide Squad trailer, which makes me want to see this movie.
I didn't watch it only because I'm done. I have this thing now where I'll see maybe the first or second trailer. I'll see the teaser because they always do the teaser and then they do the trailer. So we got the Doctor Strange teaser, and then we got same thing with Suicide Squad. We had the teaser and then we had the fucking trailer with Bohemian Rhapsody and everything.
You know what I love about the Civil War trailers? You know what I love about the Civil War trailers is that they always all showed the same thing.
Yeah.
They never showed anything really differently.
They just cut it up a little differently.
With the exception of here's character reveals here and here, but other than that, it's mostly all the same stuff. So
we know maybe 3 or 4 major scenes from Civil War, but Civil War is such a long movie.
It's 93% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, I mean
that's insane.
But then again, that's not true either because Batman vs Superman, the trailer for that was Marvel Bias. The trailer for that really did jump around a lot, and it turns out at the end of the trailer kind of showed every little element of the movie that you kind of just had you know what I mean, that you would have known just from watching the trailer. Other than the, how do you know Martha? How do you know that name?
I saw a really funny tweet where it said that the way that Civil War is going to end is that imagine if Cap was like, my best friend's name is James. Oh, so is mine. Oh, we're friends now. And that's just essentially how Civil War ends.
You know what's funny? Oh, someone's distracted.
No,
it would be great.
She just got on stage and everything she's wearing short shorts and just kind of was like,
well, anyway, so what was I gonna say? It would be cool if they did an epic rap battle where it's Martha versus Martha.
Oh my god, you should suggest that to them.
Hey, if you're listening, which you're not, you should do
hit them up on Twitter.
Martha versus Martha.
But yes, Civil War. Let's talk about it. We are almost a week and a half out from Civil War coming out, and I am excited. I'm
She's like a
gonna
rabbit.
do a Civil War retrospect video next week, maybe.
Oh yeah, we need to do
I'll
that.
shoot it.
We gotta get a video done of Brendan talking about Civil War, so we know what's going on.
I think I have 3 video ideas in my head for Civil War, but
Um,
figure it out.
So yeah, like damn, I can't wait. You know what? Okay, of this movie, what are you most excited about?
I'm curious to see kind of where allegiances. I'm just curious about how this movie is gonna affect things moving forward, in terms of what happens at the end of it. We all now know that Downey doesn't die, but then again, you never know, because that Spider-Man might be a prequel.
True.
So I just don't.
It could be, yeah. It could be that's why he's on Team
Yeah.
Iron Man in the first place, because of that movie.
But no, I'm looking forward to most the underlying. There's 2 underlying storylines that people are forgetting about.
Would you be upset about that
No,
if they did Homecoming as a prequel?
no,
I don't know. I kind of would.
no, not at all.
Because so far all the Marvel movies seem to kind of progress in some linear fashion, and I don't know.
But Spider-Man's not a Marvel movie.
It is.
Technically,
There's no technically about it. They've said it's the MCU now.
Who knows? But
Not like in the way of
it's gonna
they
have to
own
be
it,
though,
but-
because he shows up.
Yeah, it's
like,
an MCU
in the
thing,
movie.
but
Team Just a Streamer. That's a great name. And Team 2.5 Men.
because of
2 great names.
oh man. Okay.
No, they're but the underlining storylines of Civil War, like everybody sees just, oh, it's gonna be Iron Man and fucking Cap fighting it, but people totally forget there's a whole fucking Hydra Crossbones storyline that's still going on in the background.
there. So what's going? I mean, it could be. I mean, it could be as simple as, Hydra's still doing their thing, and they still have Winter Soldier, and they're just using it as the catalyst to start this whole Civil War thing. But it could be a lot deeper than that. I know, because I watched Agents of Shield, and I know that they have the whole Hydra thing going on there with Hive, but I'm interested to see like what kind of lead up they're gonna do with Agents of Shield, because
Didn't Agents of Shield finish though?
I think there's one more episode, because it's so dumb. But anyway, Agents of Shield, it always has this one moment where it's like,
sorry.
it's okay. It always has this one moment where it's like, oh, by the way, this movie's coming out, so we're gonna say some really cool shit. Like,
If you want to find out more, just go check it. I just hope they don't Age of Ultron it, where it's like, oh, you want to find out this whole Baron von Strucker where it's going to lead to, right?
mm-hmm.
And then, boom, we get to, I see the leg. We're going to get to the Civil War, to Age of Ultron, and he's dead. And it was like, what? It makes no sense. It makes no sense at all.
What the hell is that?
Lady,
No,
what are you talking about?
that hair. Sorry.
Oh, it's like a bird's nest.
Anyway, yeah, I mean, a lot of people are praising this movie, so I have high hopes.
Well,
I
the
have a
one
feeling they're not going to do some dumb shit.
The one review that I saw that got my
Pretty
hopes
good.
up was the first opening paragraph to the review. It's like, if you strip this movie away of its superpowers, its ego, its characters, and you look at the story of 2 friends who are making sacrifices to determine which side is right. And it's just like, oh, fuck, look, they're doing what Batman and Superman tried to do and failed miserably. Like, there's a legit reason for why this guy feels that this should be this way, and there's a legit reasons why this guy should feel this way. And it's like, bam, you guys met on a natural plane. You have your own reasons. That's nasty. You have your own reasons for why you're doing what you're doing, and there's no, like, stupid, like, oh, it's my mom, or I can't trust you. No, it's people that know each other and have been through all this shit together, and now they're going at, like, but can I really trust you? Or why do you have to be a dick about this? Or for instance, where it's just like that scene where Cap is like, Iron Man's like, I just want to punch you in your perfect teeth. Like,
That's,
relationships are going to get tested, man.
I hate to do this because I know this is what it always devolves to, but that's kind of what bugged me about Batman versus Superman. It's just that there's no introduction of Batman prior. There's no, like, their animosity didn't make sense to me. It really fucking didn't. Like, I understand, yes, Batman or Bruce Wayne was in fucking Metropolis when this happened, and his building collapsed, and someone was in there that died, and his security guard happened with this, and he saved some kid, and sure, fine, whatever. But they really made it seem like Batman was like, I have to kill Superman today. Like, I have to do this now. Otherwise, all this crazy shit has happened. But meanwhile, in between what happened in Metropolis and the point of the movie, apparently Superman's just been flying around saving the shit out of people constantly. So it was just like there was no build up, there was no reason for anything to happen. But like you said, like in Civil War, it's like we're seeing two people. We've watched them develop. We've been on
this journey with them.
We've seen them go from like not knowing each other to being forced to work together to respecting each other. You know what I mean? And witnessing the other almost die, and make the sacrifices together. And I can't wait. I'm really, really excited for this film.
I am too. I'm excited to see where the landscape of the Marvel Cinematic Universe is going to be after this.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, because will it remain split?
Who knows? Probably. Well, no. I have this theory that I don't think anybody's getting killed off major. I do, however, think that someone's going to be incarcerated, and it's gonna miss the next big Marvel crossover movie, which is Infinity War next year. Damn, when did they start shooting that? Is Infinity War next year or no?
No, it's 2018,
right?
I believe so.
Check on that.
Yeah.
Fact check.
Look, you see, like my
look it up, Stefan. Look it up. Look it up, Stefan. Look it up. Look it up, Stefan. Look it up.
All right, we got it. I'm looking it up. Chill.
Look it up, Stefan.
It's coming out in 1992.
Hey. I don't want dead air.
It's going to be 2018.
All right, so cool.
2018.
So we get Guardians, and the Guardians is the big movie for next summer.
It's going to be released, well, according to this, it's going to be released May 4th.
May the 4th be with you. Did you see did you see that they took off Inhumans off the schedule?
Yeah, man.
Officially.
Oh, shit. My friend was at that game.
Which one?
The game we were just watching with the Mets versus the Braves.
In Atlanta?
Yeah.
That's dope.
Anyway,
let's go Mets.
So, as I was going to say, the Inhumans is honestly, this is just my personal feeling on the Inhumans and their introduction for the Marvel Universe, Marvel Cinematic Universe at least. The Inhumans very much in the comics have their place. Like, they are very well established. The characters that are a part of that are, they make sense for why they're together. They make sense for what they hold standing wise within the whole Marvel universe. But for the cinematic universe, they're they're just tossed in.
Yeah, I think it kind of, and I'm a huge Black Bolt fan. Like, and the fact that like the way they're doing Inhumans is sort of like, oh, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Like, here are these new characters. You have no idea who they are. Brand new.
Yeah,
and it's like
they're introducing the Inhumans in a very different way. They're introducing the Inhumans because technically they couldn't use the word mutant. Essentially, they want to say superpowered beings, but they need a name that's catchy and that they can build off of. And why not just use the word Inhuman? Sure, fine. But how is that going to relate to the Inhumans from the comics? Black Bolt, Medusa, all that.
I have an idea. Like, I was just thinking about it earlier. Well, I was in the bathroom, so I'll pitch this movie to you. So you want to introduce the Inhumans, right? What you do is you need a storyline for Guardians 3, because Guardians 3 is supposed to be the big first movie after everything post Infinity War, right? Mm-hmm. You see the teaser trailer, and they're in an intergalactic court, and Star-Lord's like, hey man, it's just Star-Lord. You open up the trailer and it's on Star-Lord, and he's like, hey man, I'm sorry for doing what we did. We didn't mean to blow that thing up or steal this and do that. Rocket and Groot and Batista, instead of Drax, just Batista, Drax, Gamora, they're all standing there, and whoever else is part of the Guardians, they're all standing there and like, man, you didn't see we just had this big fight with Thanos. We didn't think that we'd be intruding on your thing. So as he's going through this monologue, you pan out of the kind of like of the intergalactic, what's going on? Of the intergalactic courtroom that you're in, and as you're panning out, you see the red hair start on the floor, and as you keep panning back, you then see Lockjaw. Exactly. And
you see Batista just like petting some dude in a green suit. Oh.
So you keep panning out, right? And then you see like Medusa, then you see Lockjaw barking at Rocket like on the side, and then when you pan out, the last thing you see is just Black Bolt sitting on his throne, and he's just like telling him to shoot because you didn't know what he was doing. And then that's how Guardians 3, and then you do the and that's how you introduce the humans. It makes sense because they're the royal court of like,
So do you think they're gonna move Inhumans back for that reason?
No,
not for your script reason, but I mean, like, do you think they're moving them back because they feel like there's a better way to introduce them?
No, I just don't think that. I think they see with the ratings on Shield that nobody's gonna care.
See, that's the thing, man. Like, I think the Inhumans has the possibility. Okay, wait, let me take that back. I actually don't think the Inhumans make a good movie. Maybe to establish them, I guess, but I don't think they actually make a what?
Localicious.
Localicious Genix. Yeah, I just don't think that they have the right pull for a film, and only in this universe is what I'm saying. Who knows? I mean, like I said, who knows what'll happen in the future? I'm really interested to see are they going to reveal Wave the next Wave 4 with at the D20, D12, whatever summit?
No, but apparently was that next month, right?
Mm-hmm.
Apparently at the D12 summit, they're supposed to announce who's playing Captain Marvel.
Ooh, okay, cool, dope. All right.
So for me, here's what I actually have this thought about Civil War. Mm-hmm. Like, I know that Hulk and Thor are in Asgard dealing with their own things. But something that kind of piqued my interest, what's Samuel L. Jackson's role in this movie? Because he's in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's his role now that the shield is no more and he's been, finding out about himself?
Can I just say real quick, I really fucking hope that they kind of get S.H.I.E.L.D. back together, because this whole Hydra S.H.I.E.L.D. thing is starting to get a little boring.
That's true. And lastly, does Agent Coulson make his reappearance in Captain America Civil War? And that kind of also, like, how they keep everything secret? So let's say, all right, here's how I theorize this movie's going to end. Captain America gets arrested, correct? He gets put away in the super secret. No, he doesn't get put away in the RAF. Oh. He gets put away in the super, because they keep it quiet. It's confidential. They fake Captain America's death, but in terms they're locking him up. The person that's locking him up into the super secret S.H.I.E.L.D. division is Coulson. It just breaks up Captain America on the inside, or kind of gives him hope that, like, it's not over yet. And then you find out, so on and so forth. I have a feeling that
the Avengers know that Coulson's alive?
No.
They don't, right?
They still don't know.
Okay.
I'm curious to see, though, like, they lock him up in the... They lock him up in Tri-Skulls.
I know that Coulson has apparently been feeding intel to the Avengers, though, about, like, where to go and shit like that. But it all goes through Hill, and then Hill tells them what to do.
That's what I'm saying.
But Hill knows he's alive.
Well, no, Hill was on the first episode of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, exactly. So, that's what I'm saying. Hill knows he's alive, but I don't know.
Somebody's going to break down use of Cap, and he's going to be like, fuck you.
Oh, the government.
And apparently he's dating that girl from the end of Winter Soldier. the girl, Agent 47.
Oh yeah.
So I feel like she has a role too that she's playing in this movie that we don't know in it.
Okay, so here's a stupid question for you. Based off of the information that you have now, with the information given, what character, and I'm not saying in Civil War, but something that could spawn out of Civil War, or maybe even some of the other films that are going to be coming up soon, like Strange and Guardians 2 and all that. What shot in the dark character do you think has a good chance of appearing? Because remember, there's going to be 60-something characters going to be shown in Infinity Wars. So what character do you think has a shot in the dark chance of actually making it into the cinematic universe based off what we know right now?
Is it a character that exists in the television universe or just...
No. In general. Like a character that hasn't been introduced yet, but you think has... I'll throw in an example, but I'm not... This isn't my vote. For example, U.S. agent. Like, what if they threw in a U.S. agent to be like, oh, blah, blah, blah.
Carol Danvers. I think that everybody knows who she is already, but the way that they name check Stephen Strange and Winter Soldier is the way they're gonna name check. They're gonna name check her in this movie.
Okay.
Rhodes or somebody's gonna be like, oh, we know this female pilot, or Falcon's gonna be like, man, there's this female pilot by the name of Carol Danvers. She's pretty badass. Or they'll do the Flash thing where it's like, oh, Captain Hal Jordan. Or it was Arrow, yeah. Captain Hal Jordan's jacket. But no, I think they're gonna name drop her in this movie. There's gonna be a lot of name drops, and apparently somebody from the TV universe is supposed to show up in Civil War. Hey man, I don't know.
All right, well we'll see about that.
But yeah, on that 2 weeks to Civil War, we've got some planning to do, and with that, thank you for tuning into. Actually, you know what? Do you have any last thoughts? But
no. Nah, not really. Yeah, guys. Thank you for tuning in as always. If you please, if you will, if you could like, comment, and subscribe our stuff, we'd really appreciate it. Every little bit goes a long way for us. Share it with the world if you can. We'd also appreciate that.
Pretty soon we'll be on iTunes and blah blah blah.
Yep,
blah, blah, blah.
We'll be on all those formats that everybody uses nowadays. And as always, guys,
don't forget to punch back in like that.